What is up, Game Breakers, and welcome to... Oh, this isn't the Game Breakers channel, is it?
No, you're with me now. Ha 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 ha.
Yeah, what's up, everyone? I've been kidnapped!
Yoo-hoo!
This is just like a dream. This is just like a dream I had, only I'm not naked this time.
Not this time. Wait till next time. We've got a lot of episodes to go through. Anything could happen.
Yes.
Oh, well, welcome to the Motley Crew.
What is up, everyone?
Yeah, so I am Scott, otherwise known as Dusky Snow, and I am joined here with a beautiful person.
That's debatable.
That's debatable.
Ooh.
Yeah, yep. We're not
Game...
getting monetized. Done.
I'm Game Breaker Mills, but you can just call me Mills.
There we go. Yeah, so we're going through Final Fantasy X HD.
Ooh, high definition. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it actually took me a bit to realise that the differences between the HD, because I actually did, out of curiosity, go back to the PlayStation 2 version well after the PlayStation 3 version of this came out, and there is a bit of a difference, but yeah.
I think that'll be the version I'm playing, because I'm going to get it for Switch when it comes out.
Yeah, funnily enough, the HD version is based off the international version, which is based off the PAL version, which means that, yay, well, technically I've already played this version of the game about 4 different times now on 4 different consoles. It's a bit ridiculous.
Yeah, I personally have never played Final Fantasy X. I've not really played much. I played the Final Fantasy 1 and I got stuck and I didn't want to use it again and I was like, no, fuck this. And I played a bit of 2, realised what the battle system was like to level up, and I was like, no, this is gonna suck. And from what I heard, yep, it sucks. Played a bit of 3, but just stopped playing it for some reason. I want to go back to it. No, listen to my story first.
This may be our last
Never
chance.
played 4, never played 5. I've played quite a bit of Final Fantasy 6 and I love it. A little bit of 7, but I'm going to finish that once I pick up the Switch version. Yeah,
really looking forward to that.
The last one I played was 15, and I really enjoy 15.
Yeah. Well, Final Fantasy X was, whilst it wasn't my first Final Fantasy game, it was my first true Final Fantasy game. First one I actually sat down and played all the way through. And then retroactively I went back over them. So, yeah, we're going for this. That was Tidus there, giving us our little thing of an introduction.
Quick question, is this actually Final Fantasy X, or is it like Final Fantasy X and like the actual numbered ones, but it's like something like Final Fantasy 45?
This is legit Final Fantasy X. Yeah.
So Crystal Chronicles must have came out after.
Yeah, a little bit after, yeah. Yeah, probably. Anyway, we're stuck with this dude for the majority of the game. Lots of jokes about him have already been made, so I will try to do my best to recount all those jokes. I'm not refraining. This dude is just...
The memes will build up soon enough.
He is ridiculous. Yeah, first of all, he's a superstar in this game. We start off with a guy, yet again, who is, well, big-headed. Of course, I decided to actually name this guy something, so that way we can all relate to him, something on a level that we can all identify and go, yes, I want to be just like him, because I can be him. So,
I see where this is going.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bill.
Oh, I wasn't expecting that, actually. I thought it was a big head or something like that.
Me too! Take it easy.
You know, I thought that, like, so many names had so many different stylizations, that word? It's a word now. Final Fantasy games, that we just need a nice, normal person for once. So,
what type of celebrity is he supposed to be?
He's, they call it blitzball, which is underwater football, or soccer to you Americans.
How the fuck do you play underwater football?
Very carefully. Actually, there is a section of this game that I hate with a passion. I recorded numerous times just to get it perfectly, so if I say at one point I did that first try, know that I was lying.
How do I know you're not always lying?
Well, gotta go. Cheer for me.
How do I know you're really playing this?
It took me 7 years to get past the introduction, okay?
Hey,
Jeez.
nice game to play.
It's like that creepypasta where the guy for like 7 years couldn't find the sword in Ocarina of Time. Like the original sword.
I mean, tomorrow.
I mean, that's in a creepypasta, but that's a terrible, terrible way to start it. Just saying, yeah, I like Ocarina of Time, but I suck this hard.
That's a little celebration signal gesture thing that becomes important later on.
Oh, I thought that was Japan.
Well, I guess? I don't know. We'll find out. This is something which the game likes to do right here. Well, in a second. It likes to do these walkie-talkie bits where you can completely bypass them if you go to the next screen. But I decided to linger on to hear the full dialogue. Because I could.
When you said walkie-talkie, I thought it would like cut you out and it would just be like the transceiver from Metal Gear Solid. Snake, can you hear me? Wrong number, dude.
Well, just to sum this all up, basically we are the, well, Bill, as he is now named, and it's canon, by the way, his name is Bill. He is the he is the son of a superstar named Jet who mysteriously went missing one day, and in true Final Fantasy fashion, yeah, you know, we probably will never find out what happened to him, not whatsoever. It won't be intertwined with a plot or anything.
The two teams that have won through to the finals are, of course, the Abes from A.
Yeah, the introduction to this game is
Slow.
I know there's a lot of people
faster than most, but yeah, Final Fantasy games aren't traditionally known for being quick when it comes to their introductions.
I thought 15 was fairly quick.
15 just throws you in, so yeah.
What kind of super play will he show us today?
Including that bit with pushing the car, I love that.
Father's legendary shot.
See, I love it
I'm the
up
only
until
one
like
excited
the
here,
17th
folks.
time I play it, and I just go, come on.
I still need to get the oh, what was it called?
Pocket Edition?
No, I'm not getting Pocket
Make
Edition.
way, make way.
It's the
Royal
Mega
Edition.
Pack. Royal Edition, yeah, I need to get the update for that.
Hey,
Really, really good for your money.
Hey,
I mean, it just
let
adds
go
so
of
much.
me.
Look at those
You're,
fans
like,
glitching
right
out.
You're... Wait, are they actually supposed to follow you like that?
Basically,
right
you're
behind
meant to take your time with it, but I kept running ahead, so
So
yeah.
he basically was being grabbed by ghosts.
Essentially. You wanted to know what Blitzball is? Here we go. These cutscenes were gorgeous at the time when it came out, but now they're about par for anything late PS2 era. Loves
that-
its rock music.
That better not be the ball, because that would hurt, 'cause I swear that's made from electricity.
There's actually a really, I guess, like, plot hole surrounding the actual ball of water. We'll get into that when we get into when it's actually brought up, but just know that all of these machines are making it now. We'll get into it later on, but just keep that in mind. Machines have made this ball of water. And the
and I'm hearing the
badass-
music. I'm hearing the music. I'm just thinking, Devil May Cry.
Yeah, it's actually really bizarre and weird because you get music like this, and then in true Final Fantasy fashion, it swaps right over to like this orchestral, like, choir. It's just a bit tonally off, but you know. There they are. Ladies and gentlemen, get out your stopwatches. How long do they hold their breath underwater? Because there is a massive sequence in this game. Well, numerous sequences in this
You
game.
better
where
put that
underwater.
stopwatch in the video, actually.
Well, for this cutscene, it doesn't matter too much because it jumps around. But you get a
pause
one
it.
message.
You pause it and then you go back on.
The guy walking there, his name is Auron. He's meant to be the big badass who we aspire to be. Well, who the player aspires to be. Not
And it turns
really
out to
Bill.
be the ass, who's bad.
Not real. It's complicated. These characters are all very weird, tonally. Like a lot of them just like to change their motives on a dime. I love this story, but yeah, these characters, They're on something. It's weird. And quite naturally, the entire city gets blown up. No survivors. It's beautiful.
Is this the Empire again that's caused this?
There is a version of them in this, but no, surprisingly.
Oh, that is surprising. 'Cause the Empire seems to ruin everything in Final Fantasy. It's like, it gets to the point where I play another one where the Empire destroys something. It's like, Empire, I get, like, I forgot to mention, I actually have played a bit of Type 0. And when I heard the Empire was causing trouble, I was like, Empire again? It's got to the point where you just see, like, portraits of like each one, and it just like tells you what they're like personality wise, and like under all of them is like leader X whatever, his name is personality dickhead.
Orin! What are you doing here?
So you got dickhead, possibly Hitler,
What are you
dickhead.
talking about?
Fun fact, the only character relationship in this game that is never explained is, I'm just going to continue calling him Bill, because I've named him.
It works.
But yeah, the only person who actually doesn't have that relationship explained is Bill and Orin. Like, throughout the entire game, they hint at it, but it's never actually stated. Which is
Childhood, maybe?
fun. Well, you would think so, but then they do
Oh,
come with their
okay.
really
Why did he have to use the world and stop time?
I know, it always
Fuck's sake,
happens.
where is Dio? Where is he Dio? Is he Dio in real life and doesn't know he has a stand yet?
Funnily enough, this kid here never gets explained either. I generally, I create like an explanation in my head, played it through for this, and then right at the end, nope, no, his form is just a child because lol.
What the?
Because he wants to be hunted by, I don't know where I was going with that.
Fun fact, next time you see a cutscene of Tidus straight on, like
Bell.
fully straight on, you'll notice that he's religious, for no apparent reason. He has Christian crosses all over his uniform. You'll see it in a sec, his buckles.
Come on, camera, let me see. I want to see if he's telling the truth.
We called it sin.
Oh, I see.
Sin?
Just, just because they could. Also, one on his crotch.
3 at the moment, yeah.
And here we go, we're going to get into our first fight sequence in a second, which I will actually say now, in terms of combat, this is my favourite Final Fantasy game.
Alright.
I will say the story is completely and utterly bollocks, but yeah, but I do love the combat in this. First, what I call New Age Final Fantasy, where essentially it's more of a puzzle than it is a straight up fight.
Was this the first one? Yeah, I don't think that's how you fight them, Bill. Last time I went up to monsters, I didn't go, and swipe the air. You punch them.
I like the fact that in this game they dropped naming all the other main characters besides from the protagonist. They never mention him by name, which makes certain relationships later on really weird. Especially, when you get people that actually know him, just forget his name for some apparent reason.
It's just like a relationship going. It's like, I love you. You.
Well, it's like you get attached to a person throughout this entire journey, and not once do you ever mention his name. Oh, the days when you did 137 damage. How pitiful.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Can you run through while attacking, or?
that it's just an automatic sequence. There's a lot more battle scenarios in this game than there were in previous games. Less random battles, more scenarios. Which actually screws up the entire latter half of this game, but I like it. It makes you feel like that you're the one in control. Like you're actually progressing the plot rather than watching a million cutscenes play out. Which actually has this side effect that ruins the difficulty of this game called save points, which are way too often. They actually put in save points in between cutscenes just because they knew that people didn't want to go back and watch them. It's a little hectic.
But I just saved before the boss. That's like starting before the boss. It has only the boss intro, And then it asks you if you want to save again.
There is a moment where it essentially does that, and the boss cutscenes are not long either. It's like they looked back at stuff like Final Fantasy like 7 through 9 and just went, you know what, maybe if we put a save point in between these, they don't have to watch a 10-minute cutscene of this guy just doing that. And then they completely go against it. Yeah, overdrives. Limit breaks from 7. Yeah, limit breaks.
Oh yeah, they're like similar.
Yeah, well this time around they're mini games, and you can actually, much like 7, you can get different variations of them. Unlike 7, however, where the number just gradually increases with your level, this is to do with specific stats. So it depends on like how big your HP is, how strong you are, and all that. So say like if you got a lot of HP and not a lot of strength, something like the Bushido attack, which Oren demonstrated before.
You just got that.
Yeah. I actually pick it up really quickly. I'm never good at these those sort of timing mini games, but later on, I first try every time.
That's alright then. When do you miss?
I totally haven't edited an entire sequence out where I did nothing but that for an entire boss battle.
Then you die.
I quite like the way overdrives work in this as well. As you can see, the little bar underneath the names and the health, that's your overdrive bar.
I thought that was like an empty health bar. I was like, wait, how have you got 142 health left but an empty health bar? I was thinking Pokemon logic, because that's the only RPG I've played from start to finish. Multiple times because of multiple generations.
Well, my boy, you may not be playing this from start to finish, but you are witnessing it. Yeah, so the overdrive
be here for about a year. It'll be a year's worth of videos.
This time next year, this playthrough will end. But yeah, the overdrive bars are actually, they're unique in this game because later on, depending on what you do with characters, whether or not you attack more or you heal more, you unlock sub-overdrives. So you can charge it just by healing, or you can charge it by attacking or taking damage. You can change all of that. Which I definitely didn't put all of the overdrive modes on taking damage in the last half of the game, just because every enemy likes to punch you constantly. I totally did that. Nice little running sequence there.
And then cutscene?
Yes.
Nope.
This is the first of what I called before the puzzle battles. I quite like these early on, but they get a bit too gimmicky in the latter half of the game, where it just goes, oh yeah, you need to kill this because it's going to be a pain in the arse if you don't. Whereas they're pretty much, they're obvious and easy to do in the first half of the game. Yeah, go and take on all of those. I'm sure you can get through them all. If someone's actually tried, please let us know, because...
Please upload a video and send it to us and we'll praise you in the next video. If I remember.
Something that is a little bit annoying about these sections though is the fact that what you can clearly see, oh, there's a massive machine on the side. I should probably try doing something with that. You can't until the game points it out for you.
Oh, for God's sake.
I'm constantly trying to get the cursor over there, but it's just, nope.
I am really curious if someone actually has beaten all of these things.
I know, they've got all the models in, so you must be able to fight a majority of them. Yep, Oren points out the obvious. Hey, you see that massive thing that looks like it could go nuclear? Hit it with a stick.
Yeah, because that's what I'd do to something that might be a nuke.
Well, it's
oh,
not...
and you've got Power Break as well.
Which apparently it's immune to, so little did I know this fiend is apparently God. So yeah, fun fact with this, this is the only entity in the entire game that doesn't actually have a health bar. It's just about the amount of hits you do rather than the amount of damage you do. So enjoy that. Oh my God. For whatever reason, I keep trying Power Break on it, thinking that's going to do something different.
It's still immune.
It does a bit more damage. I don't actually know why this thing blows up. It looked like a vehicle when it dropped down, and it's not
It's
really...
a vehicle with a bomb in it, possibly. Or it's a vehicle powered by a bomb.
My theory behind it is that they're foreshadowing something a bit later on. This game is the perfect, like, analogy for, like, the whole science versus religion thing. And the game tries its best to convince you that technology might be evil, but at the same time, it's not, and it should be used for a good purpose. It doesn't really make up its mind. Even at the end of the game, everyone's pretty confused about the entire thing.
That looked like a tiny explosion that just destroyed an entire building.
Oh, you haven't even seen it yet. Wait for this next bit. It's pure, just...
Let me guess,
Matrix
the world
action.
blows. Let me guess, it's the Return of 7 where the meteor comes down.
Jesus
or Majora's Moon appears somehow, and it's a crossover between that and this and Zelda.
I mean, that would be interesting. There is actually an enemy that does that attack regularly in the last half of the game, which is
What
just
brings down Majora's Moon or a moon?
Hard to tell. It's a fiery ball of mess that's clearly planet-sized, but it's a regular attack, so that's fun. Oh, look. We're all going to hell. Yeah,
Well,
but...
that's hell, that looks like heaven because it's up.
You are sure?
Yeah, Oren thinks so too, so he just goes, hey, I've never had a son before. I'm going to play catch with you, and you're going to be the ball. Come here.
This is it.
Yep, there you go. Oh. Oh.
This is
Can you tell me what this is like, you know? Just let me know when you fall back down, because you're totally going to fall back down. Also, I smoked a lot of weed beforehand, so if anything starts to look a bit trippy, just let me know. Oh, whoa, man.
Oh, that's a meth trip. That's not even a meth. That's acid. For a minute, I thought it was actually glitching because I've seen glitches where heads start stretching.
Hey,
Like we all know about that one in Assassin's Creed Unity. I've never played it, but I have seen the glitch.
Yeah.
My old man?
Welcome to this thing. Apparently we're all underwater now, but we're not, but we are, but we're not.
Somewhere
Beyond the
on
sea.
the sea, somewhere a ghost is
I
waiting
thought
for
about
me.
a lot of things. Like where I was.
I won't bring
what I
too much
got
of it
myself
up
into.
now, but
I started
these
to
sequences
feel
do get explained, and
lightheaded,
even so, it's like one of those things where they try to
then
pass it off
sleepy.
as like one thing, and then you go back and go,
I think
oh
I
yeah,
had
that
a
totally
dream.
makes sense. Wait a
Dream
second.
of being alone. I wanted someone, anyone, beside me.
Oh, he's just a
So I
lonely
didn't
boy.
have to feel alone anymore.
He doesn't want to feel alone.
Maybe you should make some, you know, friends.
You would think so.
I'm a lonely boy!
This guy throws himself at everyone now. From this point forward, he wants everyone in his back pocket. It's a little ridiculous.
It's just like you're walking down the street and he just hugs a random stranger.
He practically...
who was actually a secret serial killer this whole time.
I mean, he might as well do. I mean, you get some, like, obviously shady people, and he's, like, looking at the player as if to roll his eyes and go, you know he's bad, right? Yeah, I mean, you know it, right? Anyway, welcome to the post-apocalyptic future. This is where we're going to be playing and spending the most of the our game. I actually thought that when I was playing it for the first time. It's very survival-esque, this next section, and it never comes up again. So we will mention it for this part of the playthrough, and then we will never talk about it again, much like the game itself.
Never mentioned the game itself? Okay, then this is what then?
I don't know. I should probably mention here, we are coming to the end of the playthrough, this episode, but I'll mention it quickly. This isn't 100% run.
Yeah,
I give up. I know where a
basically
lot of
what-
items are early
Basically
on.
what you did was you basically did some really insane technique that takes out 19 hours of the game.
Kind of. I do take a lot of shortcuts here and there. This right there, I stopped there to give myself a cue. That is, well, I'll explain in the next episode because it comes up again a lot. Anyway, there's a potion chest if you want it. I mean, you probably do. Potions are abundant, but take them. Because if you don't, then you die. And death isn't fun.
How abundant are there? Are there just as much as Mystic Quest, or is there like Mystic Quest has more?
I'll put it this way, there's a side quest you can do, dead easy side quest. where you can actually get 99 mega potions for free. Anyway,
But you have to do something for that. I think with Mystic Quest they just give you them.
yeah. Well, there we go. That's the end of the episode.
Oh,
Hope you guys enjoyed that.
then.
I know, I stop at every save point, so there's that. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this first venture into the world of Spira. See you guys in the next one.
See you later.
Bye.